friends, good evening. I propose today to discuss another very important topic, which probably stands, perhaps in first place, or perhaps in second, but not for sure. This is the topic of borscht. Our Russian borscht, Ukrainian, some kind of Belarusian borscht. How to cook it properly, with what? With what ingredients? So, today we'll have a culinary excursion. So, the recipe for borscht, cooked the manly way. You put a 55-kilogram woman by the stove for 40 minutes. At the stove, and that's it, until the borscht is fully cooked. Basically, that's the simple way. There are more complicated ways, but here, the main thing is not to overdo it, because there was a case like this. So, one young lady, well, she got a little offended, had a quarrel, so to speak, and what did she do? She put Viagra in the delicious borscht, and then she says, "Oh, how he truly chased after me, how he sincerely apologized." Break time equals 0.5s/borscht is much like kung fu. You can spend your entire life striving for absolute perfection, but you will never quite reach your grandma's legendary level. So, another case, a distinguished man is choosing a young lady for himself. He gathers everyone and says, "So, what's up with those boobs? Damn." So, who here knows how to make delicious borscht? All the girls are like, "I can cook, I can cook, I can. Damn, what do we do? Alright, show your boobs. We'll choose that way." So, basically, the idea is, he's so happy, he comes running in. A guy says to his wife, "My mother-in-law promised to give me a Borscht Jokes for my birthday." The wife says, "Darling, you didn't hear him well, she told you. Borscht and horseradish." Such a story will give in general a storm. "You are sex, you will, they cook," asks the boy. Beria understands that there will be no borscht today, that's the thing. Another case comes. The husband says, "Honey, you're so gentle, so beautiful, just so sexy," but she tells him there won't be any sex tonight. "I'm tired, yeah," she says. "Anyway, Radish, your borscht is sour, and that's why your butt is big." He got offended, basically. So, here's a recipe for how to attract a man to your house. It's actually a pretty simple method. Here's what you do. We strip down naked. Take a pot of borscht, bang on it with a spoon, and wait for the man to show up. It usually happens pretty fast. So, basically, of course, a lot depends on temperament, on the people involved in these situations. Anyway, she loved his warm eyes, she loved his strong hands. And he was a real criminal. He loved borscht and his homeland. That's how it is. In general, there is a lot of things, of course. Many people ask how to distinguish Russian borscht from Ukrainian. And, on the contrary, well, here everything is simple, yes. While Ukrainians tend to serve gorilka more than Russians, they sometimes get confused about vodka, so the recipe isn't inaccurate. In general, everything is complicated. And as for women, of course. The skill is right, but sometimes it's like this. It's critical, really either after sex you eat the man, or you're forced to cook for him your whole life. Borscht, there are no other options. So, girls, there are lots of recipes, just cook, and everything will work out for you. Yeah, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, that's it. And most importantly, so to speak, in this whole process, is of course borscht. Alright, everyone, have a great day or evening. And always have a good appetite. Especially when the borscht is delicious. Alright then, take care.